Hello, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you joining me. We're gonna dive in, get a little clarity, see what's going on. Overall, I feel like we need to hear about a situation or something that needs to come to the forefront. So I'm gonna start with the Tea Leaf Oracle. These cards are rather raw, so there's not really any sugarcoating going on with this particular deck of cards, and I feel like that's needed today for some reason. So let's dive on in, get a little clarity. This reading is timeless and collective, so see what resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's a message for somebody else. And sometimes things make sense later. It gives you a little pre-insight on something, a little sneak peek. Always trust and use that divine inner guidance. It's in you, and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition, so your decisions are sound and based in love and for the highest and greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What are some key things to know about right now for the collective? Things of importance to know about. I keep hearing come to the forefront. Like maybe that's off the back burner, or something that needs to be attended to, looked at, addressed, resolved. What would be helpful to know about? Ooh, what was that? Something that has to do with an older woman. An older feminine energy, whether in age or maturity or wisdom. It's dealings or a relationship with an older woman. It doesn't have to be somebody that is like a lot older in age. It could just be somebody older than you. And it's a feminine energy, not necessarily a woman. Let's see. Why is the older woman coming in? A bag and a whale. So this could be somebody. I am seeing maybe there's an older woman. I'm not getting that that is you, but this could be someone who, I actually hear worrywart. This could be somebody who tends to be a little bit of a worrier. Maybe they're also a warrior, but they maybe overanalyze something or get stuck in scenario land. They tend to worry about things that are outside of their control, because it says great worry, but it's over nothing. It's actually not a problem. Maybe this is somebody who even tends to make a mountain out of a molehill. It could also be that if some of you are worried about an elderly woman, something is going to work out okay. I actually hear somebody is going to heal. Somebody's going to get better. It could be an older woman that has some advice if you are over worrying about a certain situation too. Because then you have this beautiful energy of the bag, which is financial. It's something important, but it sort of involves a new job, a new career, a new opportunity, or a raise. I hear a gift comes, so that could be an experience or an offer, but it could actually be a gift. And I hear that just in the nick of time. So I do feel like if some of you were worried about something, you're going to be successful. Maybe not in the time frame that you imagined it, but it's not just going to like get you, like, I don't know why I see like getting your feet back up or getting you back on your feet, something like that. It's actually going to, I see it boosting you. It's going to be more than you thought. With the whale, I always think of vibration and sound, communication, healing. What else? Maybe it's an older woman offering you or pointing you in the right direction towards a new job. Someone is behaving stupidly. So just have awareness that somebody is making some bad decisions. They're not using their wisdom. Maybe that's why somebody is worried. You know, if this is somebody else and you see that somebody's constantly messing up or going down the wrong road or repeating habits or things that you know aren't healthy, something like that, that could be why somebody is worried. I do feel like somebody's going to, I just heard that song, like straighten up and fly right. Even though the turkeys kind of just run around on the ground, I do feel like somebody is going to get their footing, straighten up, figure something out. With that whale, it might be because of a wake-up call, and that's not always the easiest situation. But maybe this is a wake-up call that is needed. Like somebody finally learned the lesson, but kind of had to learn it the hard way. This is the, you can lead a horse to water, you can lead a turkey to water, but the turkey has to want to drink the water. Yeah, something's going to be fine. You have a star. This is absolute guaranteed success. I feel like that has to do with you. If you are overly worried about somebody who's acting like a turkey, that has to be somebody's own, I hear their own mess to clean up, or their own thing to straighten out, or their own lesson to learn. You need to bring this star energy, this guidance. I'm getting spiritual downloads you are receiving to, I keep hearing reorganize or like straighten something up, but you're gonna find success. It's guaranteed. I feel like this has to do with a solution to something that was, I hear dilemma for quite a while, like the dilemma. And I feel like it's not going to be a dilemma anymore. It's going to be a resolution. It's going to feel like a weight, especially with that whale, is lifted. Because then I think of the whale almost like no matter how big it is, if it was on Earth, there's something about it being heavy, but maybe it's in an emotional situation that suddenly somebody feels less weightless. Let's see. What else? I think we're still on the first pile. Is there anything else from this pile? Yes. A table. Yeah, you have something that has to do with getting to work. I also feel like some of you need to organize a table or give yourself a space to work on. It's hard work that's ahead that might have to do with this new position or a raise that you're getting or an offer or an opportunity. But with the star here, I kind of feel like it doesn't really feel like work. I feel like it's something you're excited to get to. Like you don't mind this kind of work. You're actually proud of how hard you are working on something or how hard you worked to get something. Because when you have this success, it's continual. It's not like you got the big trophy, now that's it, good job. It's like, no, now what's the next goal? You know, how can you grow from here? How can you expand something from there? I feel like it's continual movement, not you get to a pinnacle point and you stop. I'm also seeing that, I see the whale, and I just thought of, even though I'm looking at a turkey, whenever I get the message to go with the flow and not really resist change or try to go against the grain, going with the flow here is going to be helpful. Because I see that turkey and I saw my pink flamingo spiritual floaty going down the river. And that's always my energetic message, that you need to just not anchor yourself to something, but really just jump in. You will be provided for as you, I just see going with the flow, go with the tides as they turn. I feel like if there were obstacles, you know, I see big boulders in a river. and you're on that spiritual flamingo floaty, you're going to kind of go right over something. You're going to find a way through or a way around, a way to. Because I feel like that river goes to the ocean, which feels like a bigger situation with the whale. Let's see. Is there anything from this half or this pile for the collective? Yeah, you're going to be fine. You got this bag of abundance coming in, guaranteed success, and coins are now jumping out of the deck for you. Money will be coming to you. I feel like that might be, I saw that gift or something. And if it's not a gift of something financial or monetary, it's the gift of an open door for work you get to do to bring these coins into your life, to bring this abundance in. For some of you, there might be something that has to do, this is very specific, but with New York City. And now I'm getting goosies. I know this is really specific. It's not a message for everybody. I looked at that at 11:11. When I look at this, I mean, I was in the city when we still had tokens. That was a long time ago. And that's what they look like to me. That looks like an old school New York City subway token. So I feel like this money has something to do with you getting through a gate, or buying a ticket, or going on a journey, having to make some moves in a certain direction. I even see a connection. You know, like you have to go to the one station to wait for the other train that takes you to the different part of town. So I feel like there's some kind of reconnecting. I don't feel like it's a straight way here. I feel like you got to catch another train. And that might just be an energy thing. Maybe some of you actually take a train or a subway, or you're buying a ticket for something. But I see those doors opening up. And I just thought of when you ride the subway and people are really tired and they do the old like, and you're like, dude, that person's falling asleep. And they're like, you know, they catch themselves. And sometimes when you fall asleep like that on the subway, it's amazing how you wake up exactly at your stop. So I feel like somebody, either you or someone else, felt like they were kind of falling asleep or something was boring or getting their energy back, but right in the nick of time is what I see. You see that open door and something is presented to you. I hope that made sense. Maybe some of you drive for a living, or you have a long commute to work, or that's what's changing. I actually see for some of you, you might be doing something where, I like that I'm getting a lot of messages today. I feel like some of you might be doing something that's a change where maybe you have to drive or travel a little bit farther, but there's something about you having to do it less often. I actually see 3 days a week. I also see some of you getting some wisdom about something in a seminar or, you know, some kind of class or a talk or something like that, where I'm not seeing like a whole big long schooling thing, maybe 3 days, but maybe it's 3 hours. But I feel like whatever you learn there almost like fills in the gap of something that you needed. Or like it was like just that extra little bit of advice or wisdom that you can utilize for this guaranteed success. Because now I see that turkey, and I see like it clears up something that you could have been worried about, some kind of information. It also feels like you are recollecting or reminiscing about past actions or maneuvers or direction or decisions that you made. And after that new information, or after that extra education, or after that conversation, it's almost like you're looking at your own actions before, and I kind of feel like you're like, oh man, why did I make that dumbass mistake? I don't feel like you're hard on yourself. I just feel like you would have done it differently had you have known this first. So I hope that makes sense. All of these decks of cards always have different energies to them. I always feel like this is like I throw a bunch of puzzle pieces, you know, on the table. And it's like connecting the dots, no pun intended, connecting the circles. Yeah, it's time to act. I like this. This is you acting with this positive pride. You have a Leo energy possibly. You're going to know when it's time to make your move, when it's time to wake up and, you know, go through that open door. But I feel like that has something to do with now. Today you have to start something, begin a project, call back that person about an interview. I'm even seeing you organize something that has to do with in and outflow of money and or finances. I actually see an old school like ledger, like a book, but maybe it's even an app that you can get. I do feel like you are shining. I feel like there's an inspiration that comes through that, you know, you don't have to, I'm getting that go with the flow. You don't have to push a situation. If you're a lion here, you are obviously pretty powerful, pretty strong. I hear meant to be in charge of a situation, or it's time to take charge of maybe what's in your control, your own situation. Lion. I just thought of, I think Leon Bridges is a singer. Maybe the name Leon, Leo, Larry, Lester, Gabriella, Spencer, Frank, Clara, Clarissa, Sandra, Chad, Benji, Benjamin, and Alejandra. Those are, or Alejandro, those were such, I always get names all in a bunch. That's always how I get them. So, and my, I'm getting goosies with some of those. So maybe those are some names. I just heard say Larry again. Larry, Lawrence, Alfred, Al, Alton, plenty of material things. It's like everything you need with plenty of material things. I feel like these are tools. I feel these are physical things around you. That's all you need to get started, and that you will be provided for along the path. This is also where you are recognizing that I hear you have more than enough to share. Share the wealth, or share the abundance, or share the success. Somehow you're bringing somebody on board with you, or you are teaching something to someone else so they feel that plentiful energy instead of maybe a lack mentality. Also, there's a big, it's bigger than a bowl. It's like a big bucket of fruit here. So it is getting rid of any rotten fruit, because that spoils the bunch. I also see that something is about to harvest in your life and be just ripe and juicy. Great personal sorrow. That looks really sad. Maybe that's something that you were going through. That could be something that you did lose. It could be sorrow on somebody over here that's acting like a turkey and you can't do anything about it. To worry doesn't change the outcome. I'm going to put that aside and we'll clarify that. That might be your energy. That might be past energy. And it might be somebody else. I kind of feel like you have a lot going for you here, but that is maybe another situation. I feel like somebody was not so thoughtful with your heart, or you felt brushed aside. Something that you were emotionally invested in, or someone. And I do feel like it was a really hurtful situation. But with the teardrops are cleansing. The teardrops are salt. The whale is in the ocean and that's salt. So I feel like there's healing from an emotional situation that really did. I feel like it really got to you. It really, like, it took a toll on you. And I almost feel like you transmuted energy. You took quite frankly, like a shitty situation and worked through it. You know, let those emotions come and go, work through you. And it's like you took all of that energy and you put it into something positive. You transmuted that heartache or that situation. Great personal sorrow. So it was something personally special to your heart. I also see that somebody might be crying over you. Somebody misses you. Maybe that's the same situation. Maybe it's not. Maybe you know that somebody cares about you. Maybe they never said it. I am getting, for some of you, this is somebody that feels like you left them behind. Maybe you had to. Maybe there was distance. I'm going to leave that over there and clarify. Because you have it probably had to do with something with the heart. But this is telling you you have a new marriage coming in. And that could be romantic, or that could be business. This is you and somebody else that are in harmony and are excited to work with one another, excited to be in romance with one another. Maybe this came a while after heartache or heartbreak or a separation or a divorce, something like that. Because I do feel like this is a very new energy. I feel like it's golden. Something's coming full circle that you never thought. Because when I see that, the ring, the gold, there's something amazing about the energy of gold. You can send gold and, through a wire, or energy through a gold wire. It's thousands of miles long, and at the end it loses no energy. It's just so special. So let's get one more. What is one more? And let's sponge pop out. January. So maybe something ended in January. You've been going through something since January, a January birthday. Something was put on hold or felt really frozen. Maybe January is where, after all of this progression with you, something maybe comes full circle, or you meet a business partner or somebody that you're going to be invested in a long-term relationship with. Let's see. I want to clarify teardrops. Great personal sorrow. It doesn't have to be over heartache. It can be sorrow, loss of an old cycle, where you thought your life was going. You're kind of reminiscing about something that is no mas, but that doesn't mean you're not going to get amazeballs things here in the future. Let's see. Why is teardrops coming through? Conflicted and bitterness. somebody is angry, they're resentful. I kind of feel like there was hurtful words, maybe towards you or towards somebody here. And it really was like hurtful. Somebody's conflicted as to why somebody's so pissed off, or why somebody would take advantage of their kindness, of their heart. That could be how you feel. This is somebody who maybe acted out because they were internally hurting. So sometimes you say really mean things to a person because inside you're really hurting. Sometimes those words go towards the wrong person and not who actually is the root of the situation. But if somebody is conflicted over the situation, hot, cold, different choices, I don't know, I feel like somebody's going to find the middle ground. If there is somebody who's made a choice, one of their choices was to be around somebody that's constantly overly emotional. I'm even getting like that's not everyone because it says personal sorrow, but I am getting the message for some of you. This could be somebody who puts their emotions on display to kind of get what they want. That's kind of an emotional manipulator. Somebody who makes a mountain out of a molehill, or the martyr, or somebody that wants somebody else to feel bad for all the hurt that they have gone through, but they don't have any they don't have much self-responsibility with the role they played in a situation, or even the reality of a situation. It's just always the blame game out there of why they feel this. And I'm getting a little lack of inner reflection on their own actions or inactions or words they said or did not say. I do feel like there might be somebody who made the choice to be around a person either like that, or a person where it's always kind of a hot, cold, and or, I don't know, somebody's always angry. That's not a very comfortable place to be. If somebody's bitter because somebody else got something they wanted, somebody's not transmuting that energy into something beautiful. They're just reflecting weird energy to others. Yeah, somebody's shallow, petty. Or somebody is feeling empty, bored with the games, bored with feeling resentment, bored, because the resentment can also come if somebody is constantly trying to make everybody else happy. Eventually that resentment energy starts to build up that bitterness inside. So this could be a people pleaser, always worried about everyone else being happy, you know, drying up everybody else's tears, but not filling up their own cup. Or recognizing how their feelings are also valid. Their truth is important. I feel like this is a totally different situation than the messages that came out in the beginning, and that's kind of how these readings usually flow when I take out the tea leaf. So let's leave. I feel like that was a situation, but I don't feel like that's everybody's. So let's ask about the ring. Clarify, this marriage will take place either romantic or business. What is this marriage about? I'm not going to take that because it stuck back in my hand. So I'm going to take what flips and falls. Yeah, there's a return. So for some of you, I did see when that came through before that something might be coming full circle. Maybe this is somebody who's needed to apologize, maybe to you, for a very long time. This is the energy of forgiveness. it's a return, and it's someone that's truly sorry. I feel like this is somebody who I hear honest to goodness, like the depth of their heart feels bad about the way they treated you. That's what I get. Maybe they didn't recognize their own actions at the time. They were conflicted with outside circumstances, other relationships, other people. Maybe those people were shallow, or maybe they just had an empty cup. Something was almost, I actually hear betrayed. You felt betrayed. That's a big apology. If somebody is in that energy of strength, you know, where they know they have to apologize, I feel like you're going to know it's heartfelt. I'm also sort of getting that maybe there was a ghosting situation here. There's all that ice. Someone got really cold. And this energy of forgiveness might be you towards yourself, things you did or did not do, because self-reflection is important. Not everybody is perfect. So it's forgiving yourself. It's also forgiving somebody else, whether that apology comes or not, because that energy of forgiveness is that spiritual flowing down the river and opening up new opportunities to you. Because holding on to unforgiveness is anchoring you to that situation, anchoring you to that person, anchoring you to that energy instead of releasing it out there. Forgiveness, if it's a weird thing that somebody did, it doesn't condone their actions. People learn or they don't. They have self-awareness or they don't. They change or they don't. That's all outside of your control. But it does help you know new boundaries. It does help you know what is healthy for you. It does help you know how to get out or change a cycle, how to have growth in your life. It does help you know to recognize the right offer when it feels truthful, beautiful, authentic, and loving. Clarify apology. Why is apology coming through for the collective? Why is there an apology here? You've been hoping for an apology, or you expected an apology to come through a lot sooner. You expected more out of a person. Maybe you felt disappointed by somebody. Maybe somebody was disappointed by you, but faith is restored here. Somebody is finding their way through this field of sunflowers. Maybe this is even you manifesting brand new opportunities. All of those sunflowers are looking at you, or whoever this is. It could be where somebody had to walk away, but you're walking towards something beautiful. You're actually creating your own path, or finding that pathway through. If you felt like you got off the path, you were always on the path. There are many roads to that journey, that destination. It's never that destination, that trophy, and you're done. It's a constant journey. So what did you learn along that journey? I also feel like somebody is hoping that you will forgive them if they come forward and apologize. I feel like somebody knew how beautiful your heart is. And I do feel like some of you felt taken for granted, and somebody didn't want to do that to you, but their actions were like that turkey. Their actions were kind of stupid. I do feel like somebody kind of feels like a dumbass now. They see something differently. They maybe had some karma come back around and sort of bite them in the ass. They made the wrong choice, but was it the wrong choice if they actually learned? They actually got through a cycle and they're not repeating a weird pattern. And if that cycle is coming back around to you, you have free will as well. I do feel like you're handling something with grace, dignity, with a spiritual perspective and an open heart. But, you know, that is going to be really personal for your situation and that dynamic. I hear, is this real? So maybe this is something you never thought would come back around, but it could also be where you release that energy and forgiveness and you kind of just went your own way. You don't exactly know, you know, what that new territory is going to be like, what that new job is going to be like, if love's in the stars for you or not. You just know you had to move. You know, you just had to release all your worry that everything will turn out to be okay, that you are protected, that you are being guided, you are being gifted new choices along the way, choosing different from your past, and every choice is, I feel like it's opening up something more and more. And I feel like some of you have been manifesting the you-know-what out of your life with all of this abundance coming in, guaranteed success, either a great person to work with in your business and or somebody that wants to put a ring on you, and you just had faith. You didn't know, you just had faith. And I feel like if that's you and you've gone in a different direction and somebody may be coming back around to apologize, you still restored something in that partnership, peace, and you used all that strength in you to go a different way. But it's because you released that unforgiveness energy and offered forgiveness that that new pathway opens up to you. So let's go to the tarot. Ooh, these were a lot of different energies today. So it could also be that somebody else you are connected to had to apologize to somebody else because, I mean, if this is somebody that felt bored, hollow, and empty where they were, even if that was a, you know, hard ending or a tough separation, it could also be somebody forgiving themselves for having to separate from an old situation, an old pattern, an old cycle, because they have grown out of something. Something stopped being exciting. Maybe somebody didn't take that so easy, lashed out at them, had some hurtful words, but that was coming from fear of change or fear of loss. But that could have been a necessary ending for some of you or somebody you're connected to. Clarify. I just need to start fresh. So clarify what the focus should be right now for you. What is the current focus that would be helpful for the collective today? The current moment is that you need to work on yourself. You've already been doing a good job. This could be that seminar that I saw, or getting information. This is you putting energy and effort into first yourself or your project, but it could also be into a specific partnership. You have all these sunflowers, totally different decks. That's a lot of opportunities. So this is where you are watering your garden. You had to repot something from the outside to a better environment. This is the Apprentice card. Sometimes you have to make some kind of investment that actually comes around and brings in abundance back into your life because of that initial investment, that initial thing that you had to kind of like let go of or have a little lack of. If you're, you know, if you are apprenticing something, you might make no money, but that education you're getting is priceless and valuable for your future. This is also where, I mean, if this is a partnership, whatever dynamic that is, or something that you are getting to work on or already have been, this is where every time you do it, you get a little better. You understand and understand a little more about the earthly workings of something, how something grows, how it changes through the seasons, through the cycles. This is, you know, whatever I saw before with the rotten fruit, this is recognizing how to pull the weeds so your garden doesn't get overgrown with weeds and smother the sunlight. If it's a dry spell, you add a little extra water. I don't know why I just saw two people going on a date. I mean, you had somebody over here getting bored. Maybe, you know, before things can get boring with whatever that is, maybe you take yourself on a date. Take somebody else on a date. Maybe it's a friend, you know, a friend date or a lover. I do feel like you have to have a conversation across a table with someone. And I feel like that conversation has something to do with an investment of energy worthy of that time. So let's see what the energy is on, I feel like towards you, on somebody thinking about you right now. Who's thinking about the collective? What is their energy towards the collective today? That would be helpful to know. Energy towards the collective. That somebody is multitasking, or somebody is making, what are your choices? If they were conflicted before, they're figuring out how to now handle everything like a pro. This is somebody that's not just sitting there juggling, they're moving forward on that bike. They're taking a journey, holding on to these opportunities almost effortlessly, making something float. This is also a karmic energy. So it's holding on to the things that feel good in your everyday environment, and it's tossing the things that feel like they are too heavy. This is somebody who is finding their balance with adjusting things in their life, adjusting their schedule. Somebody is making more time for you. I feel like somebody's on their way towards you. Maybe this is somebody that put a lot of their time into one area of their life or many areas of their life, but kind of put you on the back burner or you on hold. This is somebody adjusting their priorities, making you a priority. Like I feel like they're getting on the bike path. Maybe they had to ride that wave to shore, ground something. Upside down, it's where, you know, somebody's trying to juggle and they run into the wall, or they're not having the right amount of energy placed in something because they're trying to juggle a golf ball, a watermelon, and an apple. So the amount of time everything is in the air needs to be different. The amount of time you need to involve yourself in that specific thing is a different amount of time because of the, you know, the difference in heaviness of something. So I feel like somebody's released some heavy, I hear burdens. Kept what is nutritious. Kept what is, you know, facing the light with those sunflowers. What is this adjustment? Getting on a different path. You have another two. Yeah, somebody, oh, I really like this card. Somebody, it's the bike. So somebody had this bike with an empty basket. They made it to this beautiful tree. Look at the world in the tree. The world of possibilities is right there. You're not just looking at that spiritual idea or that sparkle in your soul. like it's a flat picture. You can see how something moves, how it can change, how it's, I'm getting with the world, how it's alive. This is somebody who got to this beautiful position over here on this journey. They have the plans there on the ground. They have this rod that is supporting them. And they're looking out, thinking about all these plans that they could make towards the future. How maybe when they went out a different direction or started to make some adjustments in your or their everyday world, how it opened up so many more possibilities. That's also interesting because the Two of Wands I always see as, it's two flames, but it can be a really good business partner. That can be somebody that can help you open up to a world of change in each other's lives because you're creative together. Sometimes you're really different, but that creativity kind of sparks this spiritual fire of you don't even know what could happen and you're going to discover it together. It's like putting the ideas together. It also looks like she's waiting for somebody. There's that other stick here on the ground, like it's just waiting for somebody to come and be a support to her, or she's going to be a support to someone else. Taking a rest, taking a pause, figuring out how to put those passionate plans into action, making a decision. There's a lot of decision energy here. Deciding who to work with, deciding where to put your attention, deciding what to work on, deciding what to handle for yourself or allow somebody as far as an offer, deciding what makes you passionate, deciding how to be open to creative solutions, and deciding how to I don't know, I feel like you thought it was going to be I just thought of a Sishui song, Concrete Jungle. She's Brazilian. I think that's the only song she has that's kind of in English a little. I feel like you thought something was going to be like a jungle, like really like lost, and all of a sudden your pathway opens up naturally with those parting of the sunflowers, and then it becomes more smooth with this bike path, and then I feel like it opens up into I don't know, I see like a highway, but it gets wider and wider and wider. It's interesting. I see the highway, but I don't see it as concrete. I actually see it as, you know, when you look ahead on the highway and it's really, really, really hot and you can almost see the energy moving on it. I kind of see it like that. I feel like that has something to do with what is manifesting in front of you. That was an interesting vision. What is this? Let's just ask, what is this decision or plans or partnership or movement all about? It's about leaving the past behind, leaving an old cycle and going on a journey of self-discovery. And that's either you or someone else. It could also be if you had that return here, somebody could have had to leave a situation or could have had to leave you for a little while because they're discovering the truth of who they are along the way. Becoming what they could be instead of what they were. The Eight of Cups is where whenever that next arrival, that next destination happens, whether it be the shore you know or new territory, that in-between discovery with the 8, you have 2 2s and 2 8s here, is such a blessing to be on because who you are changes. How you see everything, whether it's that old past comfortable situation or new experiences that come in. It's that journey that changes your choices. And it's going to take you from the 8 to the 9. To choose to leave or to choose to return different. Either way, whatever feels like it's your situation, whether that's you or someone else, takes you to your wish come true. It could also be that you have somebody moving towards you because you are their wish come true, that they are really hoping to get to put a lot more days and time and energy and attention and effort into you and your relationship, time together. Or this is you swimming in all of the possibilities of wishes coming true over and over. This is abundance, happiness. It's enough to savor, enough to share. So savor in that moment. Here it's eating all the chocolate cake and not leaving any for tomorrow, or sharing anything with anybody else, which is unnecessary when you have the universe providing so much abundance for you. Maybe somebody's finally coming out of their shell, or seeing something through that like spiral staircase perspective, all angles, instead of hot, cold, good, bad, black, white, A, B. It feels like somebody, whether it's a coin, you see side A, side B, somebody discovered there's a whole other side connecting the two. But I feel like it's more like somebody has discovered how that creative energy is more like a sphere. So let's go to one more. If I have it, do I have it? This is I want to get the universe. Oh, well, I lost half the universe, guys. So I'm just going to take the couple cards that landed on the chair and not what's on the floor, and we're going to take one from here. Live your life to its fullest potential. Let go of the need for approval. That's whatever I saw with the people pleaser. That's that. That might be you. That might be someone else. I do feel like it does stem from a golden, true, beautiful heart. But you can't please everyone. You know? You can have beautiful moments of pleasure and where it works, but you can't make everyone happy. People have to have that responsibility to make themselves happy. Live up to your own expectations, nobody else's. No more selling yourself short. No, I feel like that's a settling. Maybe you settled on less than you deserve, or somebody else was settling on less than they deserve, or felt undeserving of all that you could provide. You deserve your wishes coming true. All of them. And everyone that changes as you adapt and grow and go through your life. No more selling yourself short. Keep moving forward. You got this. You got this. So with that, there's like a motorcycle, and I think there's geese outside honking all at the same time. With that, I bid you adieu. I hope this reading was helpful and something came through that made sense for you, maybe makes sense later. I appreciate you liking this video. It's one of the simplest things that you can do to help me out, and I thank you. I love you so much, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye, friends. Bye.